Our security forces work day and night to keep us safe. And it's about time that technological progress works on keeping them safe as well. Thankfully, there are now all sorts of new technologies and inventions that can make fighting wars or crimes easier than ever before. From the world's fastest helicopter to the world's smartest rifle, here are 10 military and police inventions that are on another level. As usual, links to all gadgets are in the description below. Number 10. IWI GAL VPS. Being in the middle of a riot is truly one of the toughest things our security forces have to go through all the time. Because not only are their lives in danger, but there are also countless civilian lives in danger. When you're trying to control a riot, there's usually trouble on all sides, and you can be stabbed, shot, or attacked from any corner without warning. The IWI GAL VPS is a specialized riot control suit that makes sure that security officials can easily reach the middle of a violent riot and not even get a scratch on themselves. This suit essentially makes your entire body, including your head, bulletproof and stab-proof. They can also absorb all sorts of blows and subdue them. With it, there's also a bulletproof helmet to protect your head. On top of all that, it's actually quite flexible, making sure the police officers aren't limited in terms of movement. Number 9. M3 Amphibious Rig. Having amphibious capabilities on the battlefield can give an army a critical advantage. However, amphibious warfare is really difficult, and there are only a handful of vehicles that can allow for this to happen. One of the most recent amphibious vehicles to be used in real combat has been the M3 Amphibious Rig, developed by General Dynamics. On the surface, this vehicle can be seen as any other large people mover used to transport a large number of troops at once. However, this vehicle has some other features as well. It can literally spread its wings and expand from its size, almost turning it into a giraffe that can float on water. This has actually been used during the Iraq War by the German military, and for now, it has been acquired by 5 different militaries around the world. It costs $7.5 million per unit. Number 8. CAMERO XAVER LR80. One of the most important parts of a police officer or a soldier's job is to gather intelligence. Now, this can be difficult, especially when you don't want warrants to search specific houses. However, there is a crazy new device that may be useful to intelligence services. The CAMERO XAVER LR80 is a portable radar that can quite literally penetrate through walls. Basically, if you point this radar onto a house that's 150 feet away from you, you'll be able to see exactly how many people there are in the house, what sort of movements they're making, and this is an essential part of gathering intel. Sometimes they already know who is in the building, but they need to know their movement pattern. Other times, they don't know which building they're in which case they can use this device to check which house matches the description of the suspects and immediately apprehend them. Number 7. Alpha 1. One of the things about combat that many people tend to forget is the fact that you don't always have the clearest or the brightest view of your opponents. Oftentimes, it's too dark or too dusty, especially in regions like Iraq and Afghanistan, and there's seemingly no way to figure out what your opponent is up to. Keeping that in mind, the Alpha 1 is one of the most useful tools that any army around the world can use. This is a 50-watt flashlight, one of the brightest flashlights in the world. It's strong enough to even help you see through dust a lot more easily, and give you better light than even the sun during the night. You probably already know all the different ways this massive military-grade searchlight can be used. Number 6. DOGO. General Robotics is one of the world's leading AI companies, and they've started to work towards producing more and more smart products to help the military. In the future, soldiers may not even be used in battle. It might all just be robotic soldiers that can continue fighting no matter what gets thrown at them. The DOGO is one of the coolest robots you'll ever see in your life. This tiny robot pet is specially designed for combat purposes. It weighs around 25 pounds and can reach speeds of around 4 miles per hour. The cool thing about this is how it has 8 cameras that can view everything around it, 360 degrees. It's quiet, making it an almost perfect surveillance device. This thing can even climb a flight of stairs with the greatest of ease, record clear video in pitch black darkness, and its footage can be aired live on specialized helmets that the soldiers are wearing. Number 5. MIFRAM Security. The last thing any police department wants is to chase a criminal on public roads. It can put so many lives in unnecessary danger. It can stop economic activity, and it's expensive. However, car chases are all too common. Unfortunately, and in many cases, the criminals use cars that are faster than cop cars. While road barriers may have been a solution in the past, they are simply too bulky and hard to set up in case of an emergency. One of the greatest solutions to that problem is the MIFRAM Security Mobile Vehicle Barrier. This barrier can be erected in a matter of seconds, yet it's strong enough to even stop a monster truck in its path. It's able to effectively stop 99% of the vehicles on the road without taking too much damage itself. It's cost-effective, can be reused, and it prevents precious lives and resources from being lost. Number 4. Raider X. Using a helicopter against jets has a lot of advantages, mainly related to mobility. You need a much smaller area to land a helicopter when compared to a jet. And on top of that, you can usually carry more people than a fighter jet for military purposes. However, you sacrifice speed and agility for it. The Lockheed Martin Raider X is one of the most revolutionary new helicopters out there. It's in the form factor of a regular helicopter, which means it has all the benefits of one. However, it can also reach speeds that no other helicopter of its caliber has ever been able to reach before. This thing can basically zoom through the sky and make for an excellent high agility aircraft. It may be used in the future for presidents and other VIPs. The project is still under development. Number 3. Smash Hopper. There are some people, and indeed entire militaries, which believe that future wars will be fought by robots, not just armed soldiers. While both automatic targeting rifles and drones have been used in combat before, have you heard of both of their technologies combining? The Smash Hopper has two components. The first is a drone that is manually or automatically controlled. The drone will track and lock down the target on an opponent. However, it won't be shooting it. Instead, an unmanned rifle that is located nearby will automatically aim towards the signal that the drone is giving, and will have an almost 100% accurate shot. This limits the chances of collateral damage that drones may cause with large payloads, since this is meant to be a precise one-shot kill. Controlling this drone is a piece of cake for any soldier, and it keeps the soldier out of harm's way. Number 2. MTGR. When it comes to getting up close and personal with your target, you probably don't want to risk sending a bunch of soldiers to do so and risk their lives. This is why many military contractors are developing AI robots to do so. The MTGR is one such robot. This semi-transformable tiny robot can get within inches of an opponent and record 360-degree video for surveillance. It can also climb walls or stairs because of the way its arms can extend. It's extremely versatile in the way it can be used. It's quite silent, and it's even camouflaged in the terrain it drives on. In the future, this robot may even be used by the police for all sorts of missions. It has the potential of completely changing the way that security agencies gather intelligence without putting valuable lives at risk for no reason at all. Number 1. ELBIT Systems ARCAS. In the 21st century, wars are increasingly fought in urban areas where all sorts of accidents can happen. In order to decrease some of the risks to civilians and soldiers, this one Israeli company developed one of the most futuristic rifle systems you will ever see in your life. The ELBIT Systems ARCAS is a smart assault rifle system that uses augmented reality to create a guided rifle system unlike the world has ever seen before. It can immediately detect any sort of movement or fire, and can accurately determine where the fire is coming from. It can trace and create 3D models of environments, and guide you through navigation. It can alert you if you're low on ammo, or if you're in any sort of danger at all. Alright, comment below which of these military or police inventions you found the cleverest. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to TechJoint, and we'll see you in the next one.